Hi guys, welcome back to the Sideline Debrief. After a large break, we're back and we're ready to dive back
Almost
into
2 months.
ready, right? Dive back into our favorite topics. Over 2 months, a bit of a hiatus. We just got busy with life. We're enjoying watching our teams play soccer, and that was the main reason behind this podcast. So if we're not enjoying it, we don't want to watch. We don't like watching it. Definitely don't want to talk about it.
Let's just say
So
neither Spurs or Leeds got European football this year.
no, neither of us did. Surprisingly, Leeds didn't. With very
Yeah.
high expectations coming to the season, but no, we're able to. We've stepped back and we're ready to kind of look at the rebuilds ahead for both teams. Some good discussion topics, and admittedly, this is going to be the worst episode we've uploaded so far. But we're just getting back into the feel of things here.
Starting
Eventually, the
next week and delve that into the future. This week we're also just doing one episode. Starting next week and further on, though, we are going to be doing like quote unquote deep dives, where we're just gonna have one topic, like one broad topic, and we're just gonna research the hell out of it. But it's still gonna be current events going on with Jamie's talking about doing business stuff, sports obviously.
maybe,
I know that was a joke.
yeah,
But just we're gonna do one video a week, a good 30 minute, maybe longer, just diving into one generally broad topic that we can do multiple things that we can research into, so we don't go all chaotic with our small little nitpick topics throughout the week. We can stay to one
yeah.
thing the whole time.
The shorts. It's going to be more of a broad topic, maybe some shorts on either side of it, but the main thing's going to be a broad topic,
Yeah.
which will vary from sport to everything, so that at least when we come to discuss, we're both going to have opinions on the topics. It won't just be one expert and one listening. We've kind of been doing in the past, but today it is about as even as a topic you can get without doing much research. It is Leeds United. They obviously got relegated this season. Were they in 18th or 19th?
19th, because Leicester won their game, so they finished ahead
Yeah.
of us.
So going down in 19th place last season, Leeds. Resident fan on the other side. He can talk about all the pain that he went through, but
No
obviously
pain,
got
just
a lot.
comatose.
It's the only way you can get through it, I would guess. But we're gonna. There's a lot they need to do this summer. They don't have a manager. They don't have a director of football. Do you guys even
We
have owners
just
right
got
now?
a new owner in the San Francisco 49ers, literally within the
Mhm.
last week.
And you got a whole squad to get. This is gonna be very different come
And the season
August.
starts within less than 2 months. We don't have that much
And
time.
no, you don't. There's a lot to discuss about Leeds. But today we're kind of just starting a very broad overview. We're gonna take the squad. We're gonna go through player by player. We're going to divide them into three, four separate topics. There's stay or keep. Those are the players that we think will stay because their heads aren't big enough, and keep because they're worth keeping around. Leave, they're too good. They think they're too good for the championship. They're just leaving. Sell, they're terrible. Clubs don't
Or
probably
they're
don't want to
just
buy them.
worth
They get
so
rid of them
much.
anyways.
Yeah, or they're just worth so
Mhm.
much we gotta offload them just to make profit.
And then loan, I think we should just throw that out there because there's going
Yeah.
to be a few youth players to talk about.
There's gonna be some players
But
coming back from loan that we're probably gonna put it right back out.
when there's a director of football, this will change when there's a manager. But this is just up to the squad right now. What would two people who have nothing to do with Leeds, what would we do? I think best place to start is a player who's been playing for you guys for quite a while now. He's only 23 years of age. Ilian Melier. He's regarded as one of the best young keepers in the world. And what would you say he falls into?
For him, he showed some sort of capability at the beginning of the Bielsa days with saving, but everything else, and he only goes into moments with like being able to save the ball. He can't dish out the ball. Penalties, he's a nightmare.
He's good at distributing.
He's not good at distributing if you've seen any of the stats. He's in the worst in the Premier League by many stats. Um,
You have more stories, but yeah.
Notice I said one of the worst. Um, but I want to keep him. But honestly, if we can manage to keep Robles, I say we just offload him for profit at this point.
I think he thinks he's. I personally think that he thinks he's going to be too good for the championship.
That too.
So,
He's a
and
hothead.
I've
He's
seen.
young.
Mhm. You gotta have that ego when you're that young, starting from as a goalie. But I've seen links where he's been rumored to Chelsea, and he says he doesn't want to come back if he goes as a starter. And that right there tells me all I need to know. He's not playing the championship next year, not by Leeds' choice, by his choice. So I'm putting that in the lead.
He is leaving. I want him to leave too. To be honest, a lot of people think. I guess we can tie in the next goalkeeper into this, Robles. A lot of people think he's like 45. He's only 32, and he wasn't that bad for us the last few games that he played.
33.
33 now. He
No,
wasn't that bad
I
for
think he's
us.
worth keeping.
That's what I want. I want
You
to
know,
keep
just
him, and we have Clayson, a youth goalkeeper, who's on the senior team.
mm.
He'll just be our next backup, I feel.
So Claesson keep, Robles keep. The only thing about Robles though is his contract just ran out, so officially part
Him and
of Leeds anymore.
yeah, him and
Forshaw.
Forshaw were released but invited back to summer training.
Yeah, I think it makes too much sense to keep Robles because there's so much else you got to change. He seems kind of perfect for the championship when you guys bounce back. All right.
He hasn't played consistent starting minutes in years, so this is his chance.
Yep, yep. And I think that's all you really need at that age as a keeper. But we'll move forward here, and we're going to attack the defense. So far, we're keeping two goalkeepers, so that means you'll probably promote one from within or go and sign one. So, starting at center back, probably the center back that's worth the most, Robin Koch. And I've been seeing some rumors recently about him. Have you been seeing
I've
those?
seen multiple, mainly German sources. I did see a Manchester United rumor.
Same.
That's not going to happen. It's not. They can. But I saw like Eintracht Frankfurt. Um,
Have you seen the weird uh, like thing with the deal where apparently Orta um, worked it out so that he can go out on loan for a year for free, and then his contract's up on a free. So you're basically losing him for a year, paying
I
half
did
his
see that,
wage,
and it was
and then losing him
rubbish.
for free.
It wasn't true. It wasn't.
Oh,
It wasn't actually written in the contract. I also saw that he. It was written to his contract that if we were to get relegated, he's not allowed to play in the championship. Like, it is written
yeah.
through the contract, so we have to offload him on a free. Like, if we also get into the championship, he gets offloaded. That was all
So
fake. We're still getting
he's
a
a
transfer
leave.
fee out of him. He's gonna leave, not on
Yeah,
loan.
yeah. He's a leave, not a sell.
Yeah.
He's someone who's not willing to play. Now, this is one where I think it's interesting. Wilbur, right? You have him on a contract until 2027. He's only 25 years of age. He's younger, but I really don't know. What are your thoughts on this?
Now, with Wober, I've seen multiple headlines of him talking about his mental health, and that coming to Leeds has
Mhm.
helped with that, like he said that in interviews. So I think he's a player that'll give the championship a season, no more if we don't get
Mhm.
promoted. Um,
I could see him staying,
because he came
but
back,
he's going.
yeah, he came back to play with Aronson, Christensen, all his old teammates. Not to say that they're going to stay, but I think he'll give the
Mhm.
championship another runabout.
I think he'll give it a go, but it is weird to ask a player who was playing in the Champions League last year against a team like Bayern
To be
Munich.
fair, in the Austrian league, where a
Play.
championship team would win the Austrian league, I feel. So,
No,
I think
probably
so.
not that good.
I
But
think so.
the fact that he's gonna be playing against Plymouth Argyle next year instead of Bayern Munich, that's something that a player might think quite happily about. But I think he's gonna stay.
Yeah. I think he'll stay. I mean, it wouldn't be stupid of him to move. I would give him at least another 6 months until January.
Mhm. All right, next one. Apparently, the next one in market value for your center backs, Cresswell.
He
Keep,
is currently
keep
he
play.
was just recalled from loan from Millwall.
Mhm.
I think he stays. He played pretty well for Millwall in the start of the season. I
Mhm.
think him and Vober would make a good partnership. I think we either keep him or put him out on loan again. I don't think we sell him.
I said keep,
Yeah.
play him. Now's your chance to bring
He would at least be a
uh,
substitute at the bare minimum, getting good minutes.
Cooper.
Now, if we sell him, we're not getting money for him. Um,
No, you get 2 or 3 mil from like a
I say we
Burnley
should
move.
still keep, just for the pure
Yes,
leadership value, even if he's not even on the
exactly.
pitch. I say we still keep.
All right, moving on to final center back, Hilda.
We keep him because he plays a lot of
I'd
left
say
back.
loan.
Okay, that makes sense, but we definitely do not sell him. Um,
Yeah.
I feel like he's a good pivot because he can play center back and also left back. I think
Mhm.
because he played left back, I think with Cooper and Koch, and you saw
Yeah.
how bad Firpo was when he played without Vober, and then Vober comes in, and you can see improvement. It's still Firpo, but Vober improved him,
I,
and I think Hilda's a
I,
better left back than Firpo because Firpo's a left wing back, left mid, or winger. I think he'll
mhm.
improve Hilda as a player. So a minimum loan.
I think Hilda. I've read some things about Robin. He's really liked him. So I think it makes sense to send him back to a lower championship side, or maybe even give him a chance. I'd say loan's probably the best, considering you're keeping Wilbur, Cresswell, and Cooper already. You can't push through 2 young center backs.
If we sell Firpo, which I think we have to offload him, he wants to leave. We
We'll
have to
move
sell
into
him.
him next.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
But
Do you think
Hilda,
he's
I
a
think
leave, not a
should
sell?
stay. I think personally, Hilda should stay as like a Firpo center back double substitute.
All right, I'll move him to stay. All right. Moving on. To the guy himself, the main man, Furbo.
Who I will say real quick was the only Leeds United player to get a Team of the Week card in FIFA this season. It's Junior Firpo. Well, besides
Like,
Meslier, who
yeah,
we both think should leave. Meslier got an 81
yeah.
overall Team of the Week.
I think Furbo will leave because he thinks he's better, considering he was just playing for Barcelona.
And I went back to look at the Barcelona subreddit. He had
Hmm.
one good game against PSG, and that was it.
Yeah,
He got his breakthrough in Betis, so he'll go. I think he's
yeah,
rumored
yeah.
to go back to Betis.
I think that makes sense for him to go back to
Along
Spain.
with, we'll get to on him later, just real quick. I think Roca is also rumored for a Betis move as well, but
I saw that. And then your final left back, Pascal Strock. I think he's a sell. I think if you can get like a Brentford, he's not gonna
because
Brentford.
how
They'll
many
be
center
already
backs are we
like
keeping?
right now you have four if you include Hilda.
If
Hilda with 0 left backs. Well, one if you count Hilda. I'd say sell, get some money for him. According to Transfer Market, he's worth
if we
20
make a
million.
couple million profit, then we should sell. But if not, then we should keep. He's like one of those iffies. Like we need profit on him so we can like put money into another center back.
Like I could see him going to Burnley, right? Like I could see him going to a Sheffield United. I just see him back
God, I
in
would
Premiership.
hate
Just instead.
Sheffield United's fine. I would hate if Struck went to Burnley though. Just, I don't know.
Yeah. All right. Right back, you've got four of them. Do you know that?
Let me just guess.
Well,
It's
start. I think.
Ailing Christensen. I'd start. Just start.
Okay. Christensen. I think he's gonna leave.
Judge. Depending on how everything else goes, I think you should leave as well. Depending on what we agree on for the
Yeah.
next right backs.
All right. Drama.
Now he's coming back from the newly promoted Luton Town, who are trying to reach a deal with him to sell him to Luton Town. Now
Yeah.
I think if we make money, sell.
So.
I don't think
All
he
right.
even wants to come back to the championship after helping Luton Town get promoted. So
Yeah.
yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
He won't even want to come back.
All right. Keep. I'm just gonna put this one for you because it makes too much sense to keep him, even though you hate him. Luke Ayling.
Ailing will do decent in the championship, I think. He is
Yeah,
awful at
and his
tracking
lead
back,
striker,
but if we keep the center backs that I want to keep, then I think we'll be fine in the championship with them.
Dallas.
Dallas, I forgot he was listed as a right back. Technically, he's
Yeah.
a center mid, though. I mean, he can play left back, right back, and center mid, which is great. That's the player we need. But we keep. You
Still keep.
obviously keep Dallas.
All right, now we're moving into midfield. We're gonna start at center defensive, just because you already brought up his name, and the next one's a big talking point. We'll start with Roca. I think he thinks he's too good. If he's just come from Bayern Munich, there's no way he's
I
gonna
think
play against
he's
clubs
too
like
good.
Real.
I think he will leave, and we should sell him. But I
Mm.
think he would.
But I think he'll leave on loan.
Yeah, I think if we kept him though, he does have the ability for the Prem. He's just too slow, but I think he would honestly tear it up in the championship if we did manage to keep him.
Yeah,
He
I think the physicality.
Yeah, his distribution is awful, but he just has good game knowledge that like he's just
Mm.
physically too slow, but he does have good game knowledge.
Tyler Adams.
Now this is iffy. So far, clubs want him. Clubs are gonna go after him no matter what. It's Tyler Adams. He was the only good point of Leeds basically all season, besides maybe Rodrigo. Um,
Yeah.
Now he does. He has had in multiple interviews right around joining Leeds that he says
Mm.
he's more about legacy with one team than just hopping from team to team. But that's the only thing that really makes me think he might stay. I have no other reason.
I've always thought he's gonna give you guys a year. He just seems really like the team, and he seems to be the heart of your team. So I could just see him sticking around a year, but I could also see him leaving. So this is gonna be your call: stay or leave.
Which makes the most sense, or what I want.
What do you think?
I will say this. I'm gonna have you put him as leave because realistically, I think we're gonna make profit on him if he leaves. Maybe if only by 1 or 2 mil. Um,
You should.
but if he stays, he will absolutely tear up the championship and help us potentially get promoted. But
Yeah, you'd be the best player in the championship.
he's getting linked with Newcastle. I'd rather be a substitute in Newcastle than a starter in Leeds. Like,
I saw Villa and Brighton today. Brighton.
I would see Brian going
Caicedo.
after him. I don't think he'd fit the system, but they're
I
going
think
to
he
get
fit that
offload so
Caicedo
many
role.
midfielders with like McAllister, Caicedo. They're
Hmm.
yeah.
All right. This one doesn't really. I mean, it's you want to keep him or are you fine with him keeping McKenny?
Don't we only have him on loan? So we don't
Yeah.
even own him
I
anymore.
mean, no.
I
So
mean,
leave.
well, leave. And I also heard that Brighton are going after McKenny as well.
That's funny. Shackleton.
He's a very, not, I'm going to say he's a very good, well-rounded player, but he is a very well-rounded player. For the championship, he'd be a good substitute. I feel bad. I don't want to loan him out again. I want him to get minutes for Leeds. I want to keep him.
Okay.
Because selling him, we're not going to make much money. He didn't play that well for Millwall. He went with Cresswell. For Millwall either. So I
Yeah.
think just keep him.
Forshaw.
I don't know why, even
Get
to
rid of
begin
him.
with, we released him only to invite him back. Just keep him. He's a glass wall. But, like, you have
He's
to
your
keep
best
him.
midfielder when fit.
He shows really good promise. Even Bielsa said, which was a stretch, he's a
Yeah.
Champions League player. He's not, but he will tear it up in the championship.
Yeah, I love watching. All right, Aronson. Marty's just gonna write that one down because I know where that one is.
What did you put?
Leave. He's no way he's playing in the championship.
He's not.
You
But
see his Instagram post at the end of the year?
what was it?
Nothing about let's get back down to work. He just said I'm sorry for the fans and the season made me feel better.
Oh, I remember. I mean, he's gonna leave, but he's a player that he just doesn't have the physicality for the Premier League. He would tear it up in the championship.
He's perfect for the Bundesliga, in my opinion.
That's true.
Uh Greenwood.
Keep.
Yeah. He's a weird player.
You know,
but,
he's the lowest paid player in the Premier League last season.
Oh really?
He got
That's
paid
funny.
£738 a week.
Wow.
Hmm.
That's still a lot of
It's still a lot of money
much
for us, but like
yeah.
for him, it's
Damn.
not much. Even though I
Um,
follow his Instagram and he was in Dubai, so I'm like, fuck me, I guess still. He's still in Dubai.
Yeah, I'd like to go to Dubai. All right, those are your center midfielders. Now we're moving on to the wing. You got a lot of them, more than you think.
No, I know we have a
Harrison.
lot. Harrison, he's the kind of player that would stay, but I think we should sell.
I'm gonna put him in sell because I don't think he thinks he's bigger than the club, but it makes too much sense to sell him.
He definitely belongs
Okay,
in the Prem because he just goes on stints, and we just didn't
yeah,
have enough rotation for him to get benched.
he's like a Harvey Barnes, like how Harvey Barnes should be.
Yeah,
All right, Sinistero.
he
I
was
think he thinks
so
he's too good.
good for us. So good when he was healthy.
Yeah,
We
all
gotta
that plus
sell
you're right
him,
there.
but
In
he
the
would
championship.
literally be the top goal scorer in the championship if he stayed. He would. He's not going to, but
Yeah.
him and Tyler Adams, imagine. Ugh. Like, fuck.
Yep, you come straight back up. Okay, next one. This one's an interesting one too. Noto.
He's gonna leave.
Yeah, I think he reckons himself too big,
I mean,
but it's a shame because I think he is. I think he can do really well this season in the championship. I
he's
think he
just
has
too
great
young.
stuff.
He got hot-headed quick, you can tell, because they just put two players on him, and then he couldn't do anything.
Mm.
And there are the likes of Newcastle, Juventus, Lazio. Those clubs going after him, he's gonna leave. That's gonna give him even more of a bigger head than usual.
All right. Um, and James.
God, please keep him. Don't put him as striker, but keep him.
Keep. All right.
Yes, we need to
And
use it.
James.
We're gonna get rid of Nanto and
Oliver.
Sinistero. Why did we even get rid of James to begin with? To Fulham. We loaned him
Alone.
to Fulham. Made no
Yeah,
sense.
that made absolutely no sense. And he played 24 games for them.
And look where they are.
They're calling it
Great.
great here. Yeah. So he might not come back, but if you can try to keep him, he's the biggest name I think we have kept so far. He's the biggest name we have kept so far.
Yeah.
Somerville.
Keep.
I think he stays.
Yeah. He will stay. He got the Dutch U21 team too. Congrats.
Bobeda.
Loan or sell. There's no room for him, to
Which
be
one?
honest. Huh?
Which one? Loan or sell?
Honestly, just sell at this point. There is no reason for keeping him. I feel so bad for him. I want him to find a home.
Ruter.
I mean,
You have to keep.
we have to keep. he
No
he is
one's gonna buy
versatile
him.
though, because I will say he could play striker, second striker, and right winger. So like
He's also great on the bench.
that is true. So
Bamford. I know you don't want to, but keep. I've already written him down.
God, I want to sell him. I just want to see the look on his face when we sell his ass for a nickel and a quarter pounder. I just want to sell him so bad.
He's worth half of Ruter.
We have to, because we're
Who
gonna
cares?
have to get rid of Rodrigo. He's too good for Leeds.
Next one, Rodrigo.
13
He's
goals,
in the league.
and he helped Spain. I believe it
Yeah.
was win the Nations League.
Yep.
So it's like
He's
yeah, we gotta keep Bamford, which I don't want to
all
do.
right. Last two. I mean, Tyler Roberts.
He's already 500,000 feet. He's going somewhere. I saw. I forgot where, but he's gone.
He's going to not QPR. He's going.
He was just at QPR.
He's going to Birmingham City.
That's what it was. I thought it was Burnley for some reason, but now it's Birmingham City. It's like, why does Burnley want Tyler Roberts?
Hart.
I feel bad for him. What is he? He's trained to be a striker, but he's too small.
Yeah, I think he gets another bump.
I agree. Like, because Sunderland were saying I feel bad for him because he was supposed to be a second striker with Sunderland striker, but then he got injured for the season, so he was their solo striker. So like,
He didn't do well.
yeah, I feel like he'd be a great cam center forward, but that's about it.
All right. Before signings, you ready to hear the new squad going to next season?
The ones we're keeping.
Yep.
Okay, so we're
Maybe
gonna
we
have.
should start with the lead list. Or we'll start at the bottom. Out on loan, Gelhardt. Sell, Strouk, Drama, Harrison, Poveda, Roberts.
That's it.
Leaving because
Oh, leaving. We're gonna make
leaving
money
'cause
off
they're
people
too
leaving
good.
too.
Yeah,
I need to remember that.
leaving because they think they're too good. Meslier, Koch, Furco, Christensen, Roca, Adams, McKennie, Aronson, Sinistera, Milto, Rodriguez.
That's a lot of money though.
It's 11 players. That's a whole team.
So
I mean, that's a really
yeah,
good
go.
time.
What players are we keeping? So we know what players we have to sign.
Clausen, Robles,
So we have keepers at
Robles.
least.
Rover, Cresswell, Cooper, Hilda,
Okay, we have center
Aiden
backs at
Dallas,
least.
Shackleton.
Okay, we have center backs, right backs, no left backs, so we need to sign a left back. We have pivot for a left back.
Forshaw.
Okay.
That's it for your midfield.
Good lord. Okay, we need a left back in just like last season. We need a left back in midfield.
Greenwood,
Greenwood's a cam
Dan
now.
James, Somerville, Ruter, Bamford.
Okay, so we have two strikers. Somerville plays on the left. Dan James the
And
right.
named 15 players.
Yeah, so we need a left back for sure. Two left backs, so we have a sub. No, mandatory one.
Hilda can go
Just
out.
Yelda and Dallas when he gets fit. Fucking
If you don't
throw
think
Ailing
any
at the
more
left.
signs- Oh, that'd be a nightmare.
And Vober plays left back
Dallas
too.
and left.
Vober plays left back too. So sign a left back. Sign 3 center mids, honestly. Combination of DMs, cams, center mids, 3 at the minimum. For right now, if we have to play Dan James as striker again, do it. I don't think we need to sign another striker. We just spent 40 million on one, which is ridiculous.
So there's this left back that's on a free that just left. Swansea on a free. Ryan Manning. I think he'd be good for you guys.
Maybe, yeah.
We get him on a free.
But we don't need any other strikers because I'd rather play Dan James as striker than signing a third one. We spent 40 million in Ruter. Use him.
So this left back, he played 43 games in the championship, scored 5 goals, got 10 assists.
Oh, it's great. What team did he come off of?
Swansea.
Oh, we need to sign him ASAP. We won't because it's Leeds,
No, you
but we
won't.
should.
No, you're signing some random dude from the Austrian division.
Yeah. No, thank God that Jesse Marshallink is gone now. But so
He needs a job.
no mandatory signings. Left back, 3 midfielders. No more strikers. Rather play Dan James as our third substitute striker. Just spent 40 million in Ruter. And then I say a backup winger on each side. We're getting rid of what, 11 players? I say we can sign
Well, you have some
6.
players come through the academy too. You have Archie Gray and Diaby.
They would be good center mids. JB is a good like CDM.
Who's that Chelsea youngster that was on loan?
I mean, our youth players realistically aren't just going to be starting right away.
Who's that center mid that was on loan at Oxford?
Lewis
We
Bay?
took him from Chelsea. Yeah, Lewis Spate. He's coming back.
He would, yeah, actually, yeah, he would be a good. We forgot about him completely. We keep him and we start him. He played pretty damn good. He played in against the final and against Luton Town. Who was the other one?
No, he played for Oxford, so he didn't play in the final.
They got a Cody Drama who played against. Never mind.
Yeah.
No, but he would be a good starter.
28 appearances in the League One.
Yeah, Lewis Bate would be a good starter, I think, for our team.
Mm.
And then we could have Archie Gray, JB as subs.
You have Sonny Perkins.
I mean, realistically though, we can't just bring our youth to be starters.
No,
So,
but you have some of those guys will fill some of those holes.
well, yeah, but we need them to be really just bench warmers with Ruther. Um, but just sign wingers, midfielders, and a left back, and I think we're good.
Yep. Well, we can definitely dive into that in the future here.
Yeah,
In
give
future
updates.
episodes. Yep, and we can kind of, as rumors come through and stuff, we can add players who might come through, players you might sign, and a manager and direction.
Yeah.
So, yeah, fun, right? We'll do the big Spurs deep dive, and sure we'll hit a few other clubs as the season warms up.
Oh yeah, for sure. All right, I think that'll do it for us though.
Yep. Thank you for joining us. After 2 months, if you've watched this all the way through, I commend you to do it. But welcome back, and we'll be consistent again here soon.
All right, see ya.
Deuces.